Hello, welcome back to ShElite Showcase. I'm Katie Kinsey Bay. Joining me today, SES Vince, back again. We're here to talk about, as you can see on the bottom here, the WWE Women's Inaugural Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, it's a whole thing. We did the U.S. Women's title, and who should win that one, which is still to be determined as of recording this. We still don't know.
Right.
This one, on the other hand, we did who should win this championship on Vince's channel.
Exactly.
On here, we're bringing a little bit of activity because why not? We're doing who shouldn't or who can't win the inaugural Intercontinental Champion. I keep wanting to say international because AEW has an international champion.
Yeah.
And they're too close, and my brain is not comprehending. But this time, since, Adam Pearce likes to do things late, we already have a bracket of who's in this. So, boom. This is not updated, of course. Dakota Kai has advanced in the tournament, beating Shayna and Katana. Next week, again, as we record this, the triple threat of Lyra, Zelina, and Ivy will take place, and then the next 2 weeks, so on and so forth. So, since we have that, there we go. It's like I don't use StreamYard every goddamn week or something. So, we're going to talk about who shouldn't or who can't win the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Championship. And like I said on Vince's channel, this is not the first woman to hold an IC title.
No.
That is China. Cue the Funko.
I wasn't there for the Funko.
I had her down.
All right. Like I had taken it down in the other video, and then I put it back up because I didn't think she was gonna get brought up because she should win the title. She shouldn't be in this category, but Funko's here. Family and friends section for the Eddie Guerrero Shrine.
Fucking friend of Eddie Guerrero over there. So you graciously let me start on your channel, so I'm gonna let you start on mine. We're doing 6 picks, of course, because 606 is Vince's thing. So, who is your first pick of who shouldn't or who can't win the inaugural Women's IC Championship?
I think this person falls strictly in both camps. They absolutely cannot win this title, and they definitely shouldn't win it for sure. I know some of our cafeteria friends are going to be in agreement. Maybe all of our cafeteria friends will be in agreement. I know I have other podcasting friends that may not agree with this pick. Sorry, Rylan. But that is, of course, Natalya. Sorry to our Canadian podcasting comrades. But Natalya, as much as she's a veteran, she's at this point she's goated. She's the boat. She's boated. And she's a future Hall of Famer for sure. Former women's champion in the past. She shouldn't be the inaugural IC champion at the very least. Yes, I get it. She's the Hearts. The Hearts obviously are synonymous with the IC title. You look at Owen, you look at Brett's. It makes all the sense in the world, and it kind of fits aesthetically. But it's not aesthetically pleasing to be the first sight of your inaugural women's champion to be a Hearts. Let that be the 3rd or 5th or 20th IC champion down the line. There's so many fantastic women on that bracket and on the roster in general that as much as I love Natalya, I don't even think she should win her bracket, let alone she shouldn't advance in her bracket. That's how much I don't think she should be involved. But yeah, Natalya's my first pick.
You know what? I did have her on my list as well as shouldn't or can't. And again, this is not us saying she shouldn't win it eventually. Natty's earned her place in the company for years at this point, a decade, damn near, no, over a decade at this point. Probably
way
close to. Yeah.
It's at least 15 years.
Which is insane, by the way.
Crazy.
Fucking bonkers.
Crazy.
But I am in agreement, not the inaugural champion for Natty.
Yeah.
Let her win it at a random show next year. Fuck it, show her. But not an inaugural champion. Because again, there are very talented women. Plus, and Natty has said that she's like going blind, which is a scary thing. That's a fear for me
No
as well.
way.
Yeah, she like said that. I was like, holy shit, so she might not have a whole lot of time left in the ring, period. If she can't see.
I thought you were going darker with that. I
Oh,
thought you
no,
meant
no, no,
like
no,
in general.
no.
I'm like, oh my god, Katie, let's not go that route.
No. No, if she can't see, like that kind of is one of the necessities in wrestling. Not like the main one, but like a very big one. You definitely need sight.
Nydia did make it work for a spell there when she was with Jamie Noble and got blackmisted. Back when the lure of the mists meant something.
Yes.
But yeah, Natalia.
Yeah.
You did your thing, but not anymore.
Love you, Natty, but not the inaugural, babe. Not the inaugural.
Yeah.
Another woman who should not be the inaugural. I think most of our friends will be in agreement with me on this. We call her Spanish Rachel, Raquel Rodriguez. No. Not an inaugural women's champion, especially when you're just the bodyguard, the muscle, the extra muscle to the women's champion, Liv Morgan, and that's a whole other conversation. No. Like, her and Rhea had a cool thing in NXT and like powerhouses, and like she's one of the strongest women on the roster. I get that 100%, but she's also someone who should not win her bracket. I don't even remember who's in her bracket. Let's just look.
She's got Zoe.
Oh, Zoe and Kaden. Yeah.
I would take anyone except Raquel.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked to see Raquel in this, especially because of everything going on with the women's title. I mean, you guys wanna put it on her eventually? Sure, whatever. Short little run, whatever. But not anytime soon. Like 2026.
I'm with you, but I'm more in that direction that I don't think she should hold that IC title at any point. I don't think she adds anything. I'm not surprised that they added her to this tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if she advances in her bracket. I wouldn't even be surprised to see her in the finals. I don't think she should win, though. She's the one that scares me the most of possibly winning, because they might just be like, oh, let's just put the title on Raquel and Liv and give the Judgment Day even more titles they're never going to defend. And you know me, I am a Judgment Day apologist. But the way they've been doing my boy Dirty Dom, they've been doing him dirty. And I ain't a fan of it. I ain't about it. And I agree. I will say, personally, as a person, I do wish the best for her health-wise. In terms of career-wise, I wish nothing but the worst for her. So, that's where I stand. We don't claim her. Spanish Rachel is Spanish Rachel for a reason. So I'm with you there, Katie, for sure.
So funny. Shout out to Tiffany for calling her Spanish Rachel and smacking her out, and we all lost it and fucking ran with it. So funny. Yeah.
It's part of the lore now.
Yeah. It is the lore, 100%.
Yeah, sure.
And again, in that aspect, nothing but the best for the health, of course, because that's scary what she was going through, and she seems to be healthy now, which is good. So obviously, yeah, we never wish bad things on the person and their health, but character-wise, fuck them.
Yeah, I agree.
And with that, number 3. This is halfway through our list now. Vince, number 3 of who shouldn't or who can't be.
So I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to cheat here a little bit and take a multiple choice answer, because it's what I like to do. I like to sit on the fence and not climb it. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose what I'm dubbing an established tag team. And by that, I mean like either Alba Fire, Isla Dawn, if she was in the tournament. Katana Chance obviously got eliminated, so she can't win it. Kaden Carter, as well. Those 4 are the main specific ones because I feel like they're more ingrained as a tag team. Their identity currently is more of a tag team. Like you saw competitors like Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. However, they have their own individual singles careers as well, and they do have their own individual singles matches. And as great as Kaden Carter is, as fantastic of a wrestler and amazing that Elbow Fire is, I don't think they should win because let's say they become the inaugural women's champion, then what happens to their tag team partner? Especially in the case of a Kaden Carter. Like what happens to Katana Chance? You know, she can't go back to American Ninja Warrior or whatever show she came from. You know,
Hey,
I'm just saying. She won it.
Casey Catanzaro was the first woman to climb the warp wall in American Ninja Warrior, and I cried when I watched that live.
Yeah, but
it's like not
that
really
wasn't
anymore. But yeah,
but we're talking about Katana Chance, 2 completely different people.
yeah,
And
they're different people.
yeah, air quotes. But yeah, that's kind of my selection, and I'm kind of cheating here and taking 2 people at once essentially from the remaining brackets. But that's kind of where I'm lying. Is definitely there. It's either Alba Fire, Kaden Carter. An established tag team wrestlers should not win this for sure.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, we could have said the same thing had Jade not been taken out and Bianca actually won her qualifying match,
which we did in the U.S. title one for sure.
Yeah, we did. Again, this was pre-bracket, so we didn't know like what was going to happen in those brackets, or that bracket specifically. But yeah, you're right. I mean, it is different when a faction versus a tag team. Like
Correct.
Damage Control is a faction, 4 people. One is obviously hurt right now, but 4 people. Pure Fusion Collective, 3 people. Like there's like a numbers thing because one person could be a singles champion, another could be like a tag team or tag team champions, etc., etc.
And I like that you put it that way because the word I would use is they're interchangeable in the term in the aspect of Pure Fusion Collective and Damage Control. There's a multitude of different combinations that they could do. Obviously, Io is currently challenging for the WWE World Women's Championship at Saturday Night Main Events as of the recording of this video. Yep. And then Dakota can challenge for the IC title. And then the Kubika Warriors are usually the tag team, but we also have Sky Pirates as a possible tag team. So that's why it works for Dakota. But also, I could see a world where like Dakota teams with Kairi or Dakota teams with Io. So like there's a multitude of different things. Shayna and Sonya could work, and that opens up things for Zoe. So a lot of different combinations, and especially with Disco Ninja Sex Party, they're just like too much of like a singular thing.
Yeah, it's much different when you're a faction versus just a 2-person tag team. And it's also like a Freebird thing. The New Day situation is very stressful and tenuous at this time, and we will not speak of it, but New Day type situation where 2 people were champion, but all of them were defending it.
Exactly.
This is also just disclaimer: fuck Kofi Kingston and fuck Xavier Woods. How dare you make Biggie cry? Anyways, I'm still sad. That should hurt my feelings, and I wasn't even there.
Okay.
Anyway.
Next up for you, Katie.
Yes. Now, granted, she's not back yet. She more than likely will be on the Raw brand come Netflix era because that is when she's kind of been like told she's coming back / like contract stuff, blah 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 blah. Former multiple time women's champion Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
Now, I love Becky. Don't get me wrong, people. But I think based off of all the time she has taken off, also just like being a mom, like good for you. Yeah. Also, as we record this, I think today is Rue's birthday. So happy birthday, Rue. Happy birthday, Rue. I think as we record this, I think if I saw it on Instagram correctly today. Yeah, so she's doing the mom thing and also trying to write her book and work on contract stuff. So obviously she eventually 100% should win the women's IC title, of course.
At some point.
But she's not in the bracket, so we're cheating a little bit here. and B, she's not even back yet, so she can't really win it if she's not here.
Okay.
That's my phrasing behind it.
I agree as well. She was going to be my next pick was Becky Lynch because she's not back yet. She can't win, but also I don't want to see her be the inaugural champion. Like for like a lot of other reasons with other women, like even Natalia to like a lesser extent. Like I wouldn't be as mad if Becky somehow like forced her way into this tournament and became the inaugural women's champion. I wouldn't hate it, but I don't want to see it. So I'm with you. And I did confirm it is Rue's birthday. Shout out to Rue. Happy birthday. 4 years now. 4 years now.
She's so cute.
Yeah. I mean, it's Seth a baby made a baby.
All Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
In the face. All Seth.
But it's like both of their like characters and flair and charisma at the same time.
Oh yeah. Like, it's definitely like what big time Bex and Sethery freaking.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Vince, who's our next one here?
Number 5.
Number 5.
She's not in the tournament as well, and I'm glad she isn't because I don't think it would have favored her at all to be eliminated in that tournament, to get pinned in that tournament, or not even advance or win it, because she is such a character that I don't think she needs the title currently in this iteration of the version that we get in for her. That is, of course, Sister Abigail, Abby the Witch, Nikki Cross. I love you, Nikki. Former women's champion. Much deserved. I wish it wasn't as Nikki ASH, but Nikki is fantastic. I love her. But right now, she's kind of ingrained in the whole Wyatt 6 stuff. And especially right now, her main priority is torturing Scarlett Bordeaux. And you know what? You know, that's a full-time job, I feel like. So why burden yourself with the IC title? And then down the line, you can maybe capture. We've seen other gimmicky wrestlers that are in the same genre be champions, like a Bray Wyatt, a Kane, an Undertaker, to a lesser extent, a Mankind, McFoley. So I'm not opposed to it, Katie. It's just, again, it's just like, I'm glad she's not in the tournament. Imagine if she was in the triple threat. Like, yeah, you can like not have her be like involved in the finish of the match. But at the same time, you know, I feel like we see that so much, especially, you know, we're recording this after like NXT happened yesterday, and we saw something similar in the Last Chance Fatal 4-Way match for the for Deadline and the Iron Survivor on the women's side of things. So why be a little redundant, you know? So for Nikki's own benefit and protection, she shouldn't be the inaugural IC champion.
I can definitely see that. I think later down the line, once the Wyatt 6 fully establishes like dominance and full on like showing up every week in some way, shape, or form, much so as they are now, but like they're taking little hiatuses here and there, kind of figuring stuff out. I think like later down the line, like maybe like a next year, granted next year is like a fucking month, next year-ish,
in 12 months time.
Yeah, in a 12-month time span here, I definitely think you could have a situation where the Wyatt 6 hold majority of the gold in.
That'd be cool to see
on Raw. Like women's IC champion Nikki Cross, IC champion fucking Redbeard, like tag team champions Gacy and Loomis.
Yeah,
I'm throwing stuff out and see what happens.
Yeah,
but that could be interesting. Very much like a Sanity type situation where like they all could have held gold at one point in time together, and it could have been cool.
Imagine if they had that women's North American title back when Sanity was running things in NXT. We definitely would have seen Nikki Cross be a mid-card champion for the women's roster at that point in time. But that's a different character. That Nikki Cross, I would be okay being the inaugural champion. But Abby the Witch, Sister Abigail version, not so much.
It's different.
Yeah. It's different, but the same, but different.
Yeah, because again, it would be a situation much like Nivey when I talked about it on your channel. Spoiler. Chad would be the mouthpiece for Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Bo would be the mouthpiece for Nikki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'm not opposed to it later down the line.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Katie? What's the final number 6 one here? I'm curious to know where you're gonna go.
So I was trying to think about like all the women on the roster. A lot of women. And we've talked about factions and tag teams and all of these things. And we mentioned Pure Fusion Collective.
Mm-hmm.
The leader of Pure Fusion Collective, essentially, Sonya Deville, is not even in this tournament.
Which is crazy.
And that's a damn shame.
Agreed.
Former tag team champion, kind of, with Chelsea, and then she fucked up her knee and was out for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya is the person in that group. So the fact that she's not in this tournament is actually crazy. Same thing with Isla. Like, Isla and Sonya
Alba?
not being in this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, you do have 2/3 of pure PFC in the tournament, and to not have her in there is a little like confusing to me. I mean, let me try to. I mean, if you could eliminate someone, I mean, like you could argue you could take out Kyrie Zane in terms of like, oh, she's more of a tag team. I mean, I'd be all for it removing Natalia.
Take out Spanish Rachel.
Take out Spanish Rachel. There are options here. I mean, I think they had enough to like make these triple threat matches into fatal 4-way matches. If you really sit here and think about it, there could have been an avenue in which you do that.
Yeah, it's true.
But who knows? But I'm with you. So is Sonya your sixth pick then?
Yeah, because granted, I've been a big Sonya fan from the jump. If you know the lore of Katie and Sonya, you know. She kind of started a bunch of stuff for me.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sonya.
Shout out.
But as much as I would love to see her be the IC inaugural champion, definitely put it on her later down the line. 100%. Because she's earned it. Like, especially coming back after... Anyone who's come back after, like, a serious injury like her and Dakota and multiple other women deserve it.
For sure. 100%. I agree with that, Katie. And as much as I would want Sonya to be in that scenario, like she obviously can't because she's not in the bracket, even though we've mentioned people that aren't in the bracket that could win it. It's one of those things where as much as I would love to see that for Sonya, PFC have slowly like cooled down and are essentially lukewarm at the moment. They're not necessarily cold, but they're not really hot. Lukewarm is where they are. I'm kind of indifferent with them at the moment, which I hate to see because I love Shayna, I love Zoe, and I love Sonya. It sucks.
Yeah, it's a terrible time and shame.
Yeah.
Shame on Adam Pearce because we definitely could have made this a little different than just like, oh, triple threats. I think Fatal 4 Ways could have been very entertaining and a different spin on the brackets.
Yeah. I mean, you have 2 members of the roster currently not in there. They could be, which are Isla Dawn and Sonya Deville. You do have Scarlett and Nikki Cross, which I said shouldn't be in there, but if they're in the same Fatal 4-Way match, they just kind of cancel each other out. Again, I didn't really want to see Scarlett cost anything, but that way you don't really exclude anyone either, or you can have a call up from NXT. Why not?
Yeah, you realistically could. Fuck it, Tatum Paxley.
Tatum Paxley. Shout out to Tatum Paxley.
Love Tatum.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's 6 women we think shouldn't or can't be the inaugural women's IC champion. Vince, tell the people where they can find you and the other half of this video and all of the fun stuff you do.
Exactly. So go ahead on YouTube and search up at 606 Universe. Spell out the first 6. And you could also follow me on social media using that handle as well. The video will be available there. Kitty and I link up over there. And we were more positive over there, talking about who we want to see be the inaugural IC Women's Champion. So that's always a fun time. So go ahead and check that out as well. And if I'm not mistaken, Kitty should have it linked in the description of this video as well. So make it easy for you guys.
Yeah. My half of the women's US title video on the channel. The link to Vince's half of that video in the description of that. The description will hold the link to Vince's half of this video.
Exactly.
That's how we do it.
And if you guys haven't seen our US title videos, go check those out too. Give those some views.
Yeah, go ahead. And we filmed that way before bracket was announced, so see if we were right.
Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. Crunch time.
We're trying. Yeah. Thank you again to Vince for coming up with this idea and allowing me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, we will see you later. Bye-bye.